Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, officials in Pennsylvania are expanding the search area for an escaped convicted killer. Plus, the Proud Boys leader who was convicted of seditious conspiracy for his role in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol is set to be sentenced to federal prison.
Plus, after a stretch of dry weather across the region, we are tracking some changes by tomorrow. Those details coming up as Mountain News at 5:30 starts now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The search for an escaped killer is expanding in Pennsylvania, with concerns the dangerous fugitive may attempt to cross state lines. Pennsylvania authorities have been looking for 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante since last Thursday. CNN's Laura Aguirre has more on the changing search area and a new warning from police.
These images have Pennsylvania police and federal agents expanding the search for an escaped killer.
We can confirm it is Cavalcante. He has obtained a backpack, a duffel sling type pack, and a hooded sweatshirt.
The pictures were captured on a Botanical Gardens trail cam in Chester County late Monday, the latest in a series of sightings of Danilo Cavalcante, like this one early Saturday, taken by a home's security system. Until Tuesday morning, police believed he was within a 2-mile radius of the prison.
He found a point that he could squeeze through that perimeter, and he traveled south.
With the search area widening, two Chester County school districts, one of them about 10 miles from the prison, closed Tuesday.
They're going to start focusing in. Those canines are very effective. They've got helicopters and they've got local police on patrol.
You're dealing with someone who's desperate and who doesn't want to be caught.
One local resident told police Cavalcante broke into his home Friday night and stole food.
Please secure homes, outbuildings, and vehicles. Cavalcante has clearly already obtained some clothing and unknown other supplies, and we want to minimize any opportunity to obtain anything more.
The manhunt could cross state lines.
There's a federal warrant that the marshals have obtained for him. It covers us regardless of where he goes.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Authorities tracking Cavalcante say they are authorized to use deadly force if he does not surrender peacefully.
Well, most of us are dry across the mountains into this evening. However, we are watching out for a few spotty showers, especially in the Cumberland Valley, zooming into portions of McCreary County, into Campbell County, Tennessee, also Pulaski County and Whitley County as well, giving you that first alert along I-75 near Williamsburg. A few showers not too far away as this band of showers continues pushing off to the north and east. Here's a live look from Somerset. That temperature is down to 81 degrees, all thanks to clouds, also showers, but most of us right now are warm out there in the middle to upper 80s, even lower 90s. 91 for Harlan, 90 in Floyd County, 87 for Pikeville, and 86 here in Hazard. So away from the showers, we are toasty out there this evening, and that warm and muggy weather is going to continue into tonight as well. Only a small chance of a stray shower, especially over the Cumberland Valley. Most of us, though, are dry tonight. Temperatures fall into the middle and lower 70s, eventually the upper 60s as you wake up on Wednesday, and more showers and storms are possible on Wednesday before some cooler weather by this weekend. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Enrique Tarrio, the leader of the Proud Boys, is in federal court for sentencing after being convicted of seditious conspiracy. Tarrio was not on Capitol Hill on January 6th, but the jury agreed with the government, which said he helped plan the assault. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from Washington.
Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio is in federal court today to learn how much prison time he'll face for his role in the January 6, 2021 assault on the U.S. Capitol. Tarrio was not in the Capitol that day because he'd been ordered out after setting fire to a Black Lives Matter banner days earlier. Instead, prosecutors say he planned the assault and issued orders from a hotel outside the capital city. They're seeking a 33-year prison sentence.
The jury convicted him and 3 of his top lieutenants in that plot to essentially overthrow the government. So whether or not he was actually there or not is really not relevant.
Judge Timothy Kelly has been more lenient than what the government sought in 3 other Proud Boys seditious conspiracy convictions. Ethan Nordine received an 18-year sentence last Friday. Joseph Biggs received a 17-year sentence, even though the government asked for 33 years. And Zachary Rell got a 15-year sentence. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Another Proud Boy member, Christopher Worrell, escaped from house arrest and is on the run. The FBI is asking the public for help in finding Worrell. 6 more defendants have pleaded not guilty in the Georgia election interference case, including former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Court filings claim he, along with 5 others, have waived their arraignments. Meadows is charged with violating Georgia's RICO law and soliciting a public official to violate their oath. He's been seeking to move his trial from state court to federal court, which would be a more advantageous legal spot for him. Former White House trade advisor Peter Navarro was set to go on trial in Washington, D.C. today. He is the second ex-Trump aide to be prosecuted for contempt of Congress. Navarro was charged for defying the House Select Committee that investigated the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol attack. He is facing 2 counts for not complying with the congressional subpoena's request for documents and testimony. That carries a minimum of 1 month in prison. Navarro has pleaded not guilty. Today, the impeachment trial of suspended Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton began at the state capitol in Austin. Prosecutors say the trial is about holding a reportedly corrupt official accountable. The suspended Attorney General calls it a politically motivated sham. The trial stems from corruption, bribery, and obstruction of justice claims against Paxton during his role as Attorney General. A federal court has blocked Alabama's redrawn congressional map. The Supreme Court had ordered the state to add another majority black district, but the map it had enacted only included 1 majority black district. In a unanimous decision, the 3-judge panel says it was disturbed with Alabama's actions. White voters make up the majority in 6 of the state's 7 congressional districts, but 27% of the state's population is black. President Biden is nominating Jack Lew as ambassador to Israel. He's a former Treasury Secretary who served as Chief of Staff to former President Barack Obama. Lew also has diplomatic experience as a one-time Deputy Secretary of State for Management and Resources. The 68-year-old also practices Orthodox Judaism. Lew likely faces a tough confirmation battle as Republicans challenge President Biden's stance on Israel. A federal appeals panel has refused to stop investigators from assessing Representative Scott Perry's cell phone. Perry is the Pennsylvania congressman whose phone was seized a year ago in special counsel Jack Smith's investigation of former President Donald Trump. During that time, investigators have not assessed the phone because Perry asked a circuit court to block them from doing so. That court decided to send the issue to a lower court. Elon Musk is threatening to file a defamation lawsuit against the Anti-Defamation League. Musk claims the nonprofit group's statements about rising hate speech on X, formerly known as Twitter, have torpedoed the social media platform's advertising revenue. In a post, Musk said U.S. advertising revenue is, quote, still down 60%, primarily due to pressure on advertisers by ADL, end quote. We'll be right